Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Ones, empaths. In this video, I want to outline why you must never chase after the dusty narcissist weirdo, right? And even if you've made the mistake and you have chased after them, there's some things you can put in place that I'll inform you in the video of what you can do to get back on track, to kind of reverse what you've done in chasing after them to some degree. But before I get into that, I've launched a new free community forum on the membership website. It's open for everyone to use, build, expand, and connect to fellow survivors. I'm looking at the longevity of the forum, as I should have created one when I first launched the membership website. I'm also running one-to-one sessions. If you want tailor-made advice and me to shed some light on your issues, you can always reach out. The empath group meeting is coming up on the 28th, and there is a new WhatsApp and Telegram group for survivors to stay in touch. Lastly, if you want crisis email support and a plan of action, the links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. Thank you. But look, you must never chase after a dusty narcissist weirdo, right? Okay, you must never chase after them. And the thing is, right, for all of you that have chased after them, right, don't be hard on yourself, right? This is, you know, you were using common sense to some degree, and your intuition will tell you, you know, that you need to fix it. You need to solve the problem, right? And even those of you that haven't chased after them, your intuition or your common sense might be telling you, you need to do something drastic to fix the relationship, to repair the relationship, right? All that's going to happen is if you need to be counterintuitive. So you need to actually go against your intuition. You need to go against what common sense is telling you, right? And you need to be counterintuitive, right? And you need to fall back. So for all of you that have chased after them, it's time now to fall back, right? Do not communicate with them. Do not contact them. Leave them be. Let them get on with their lives, right? And even those that haven't chased after them, same goes, right? Continue falling back, right? Let them get on with their lives. Let them go make their mess in the world, you know? Things ain't going to line up the way they plan them, right? Things ain't going to line up the way they plan them. One big mistake that victims of narcissistic abuse make is taking the actions of what these parasite narcissists do to their lives as a reflection of themselves. None of this experience of what you've gone through is a reflection of yourself. You haven't done anything wrong. You haven't said anything wrong. You haven't acted in a way that's wrong, right? This is not a reflection of you, right? The behavior and the abuse that you've gone through speaks volumes about what they really are. That's as simple as it is. You know, everything you've gone through, the abuse you've gone through, whatever type of abuse from the narcissistic handbook that you've gone through, right, just speaks volumes about who they are. You don't need to be in a position of trying to fix nothing, of trying to repair something, right? At the end of the day, right, they know your good nature. The narcissist and these dusty weirdos, they know you're good-natured. They know you're free-spirited. They know you've got a good heart. They know you're pure. They know if they set certain traps and obstacles in your path, you're going to try and overcome them, right? But if you try and overcome these obstacles that they're putting in your way and you start chasing after them, right, all they're going to do is start playing the victim, right? They'll start playing the victim, you know, acting like you're being some kind of annoyance to their lives, right? You know, this is what they'll do initially, right? Let them go. Leave them be, right? Okay. Are you hurting? If you're hurting, you're upset, this is what I'm saying. Your common sense is telling you that to overcome hurt and pain, that you must just speak to them one more time. Or you must just have a conversation. No, you don't need to have a conversation with someone. Someone that's abused you in any type of way, right? You don't need to have no conversation with them now, right? You don't need to be talking to them now, right? Honestly, I've seen this work for so many victims of narcissistic abuse, right? You know, I've seen it in my own journey. When you fall back and you just let them be, you become indifferent, you let them be, right? You become emotionless towards them, right? That's when they start fretting. Please press the like and the subscribe button, help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Just like this video showed up for you, help it show up for someone else that's in need. Thank you so much. But they'll start fretting. Remember, this is all about supply, right? You reaching out for a genuine conversation or a sit-down talk or a cup of tea and a coffee and a conversation about the relationship. They're not going to take that as like, they're not going to see that as you being the morally decent person, trying to rectify a relationship, trying to sort it out, right? And that's what your common sense will tell you what to do, right? And your intuition will tell you, yeah, just have a sit-down talk. Look, they're not human. These lot are not human. They're fucking vultures, right? They're going to take that as supply. They're dusty weirdos. They're just going to take that as supply, right? It's just going to feed their ego. These lot are very, like, they're very ego-driven, right? It's going to feed their ego, right? And you don't need to be feeding their ego no longer. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be feeding their ego no longer, right? Don't regret. You know, the fact of the matter is, you see, even if you praise the narcissist that was involved in your life, right? If you even praised them when you was in the relationship with them, if you praised them and said how wonderful they were, how beautiful they were, how smart they are, or whatever, you told them all of these things, right? By you being distant, they'll get the message that you no longer think. This is how you speak to a narcissist, right? You back off, right? They'll now know in their heart of hearts that you no longer view them in that light. That you no longer view them as whatever, you know, the way that you used to love them and care about them and stuff like that. And they'll know that you don't no longer view them in that light. Because they were taking everything that you've done as supply. You know, positive supply, positive reinforcement in their lives. They were taking all of that as supply. You know, you complimenting them. They were just taking it all as supply, right? So, by you falling back now, right? Just letting them get on with it, being indifferent, letting them get on with their lives, you know, that will speak volumes, you know? Just how their behavior, right, towards you is speaking volumes for you, or you should at least interpret that, right? The abuse that you've gone through speaks volumes. That's another language in itself, right? That tells you really what they're about, right? You don't need to be hurt or upset about it, you know? It's the same way that you not saying nothing to them, you not communicating with them, you falling back, letting them go away from you, right? Count your blessings, letting them go away from you tells them that you no longer look at them through those loving eyes and those caring eyes. Not because you're angry, not because you're pissed off. It's because their actions and abusive tactics have made you see them in another light now. That's what it comes down to, you know? Their abuse that you've gone through, the abuse that they inflicted on you, now makes you see them in another light. You don't see them with those fuzzy love goggles no more, right? So this is how you implement this into your lives, right? You implement this into your lives. Falling back, letting them go. Who cares if they were in another supply? Who gives a fuck, right? That new supply is never going to match your worth. They're never going to find someone like you again. You've got to know all of these things in your heart of hearts, right? And the rumination that you suffer with, ruminate about how much of a positive influence you have been in their lives. Ruminate about that, right? And then reflect, right? Sorry, rumination's not really good, but I'm trying to say, like, if you are intensively ruminating, ruminate how special you actually was and a blessing you actually was in their lives, right? And then reflect on why a creature, a dusty narcissistic weirdo, would treat you in that way, despite all of the positive things that you've done for them. That speaks volumes. That's all you're going to see. If you interpret it like that, all you're going to see is a huge message telling you that this person is completely fucked up and deranged, right? You helped them, you supported them, you were loyal to them, you were loving to them, you were kind to them, you were generous to them, you offered them security, you offered that, you know, they are gonna fucking... You don't deserve to be going through abuse when you're treating someone in that way, right? And they'll sure as hell know, once you fall back, let them get on with their lives, let them go make a mess of their lives, let them go run into a new supply, right? You've just got to let them go. They'll realize this after they run into new supplies, after, you know, and I know you might think, that's what I'm telling you, you need to be counterintuitive. You might think, oh, they go with a new supply, they'll forget about you and this and that. No, they'll go on a new supply and remember you, right? They'll never forget who the hell you was, right? They'll never forget who you was, right? They'll never forget that, right? And you will live with them like a curse. You'll live with them like a void in their lives, you know? They'll never find a replacement for you. You are irreplaceable, right? So the best thing you can do strategically is to fall back, right? Don't use common sense. Don't use intuition. Be counterintuitive with your stance towards this relationship, right? And let them fucking go. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you don't have to, but if you would like to give a contribution to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And like I mentioned in the beginning segment, whether you would like a one-to-one tailor-made session with myself, you would like to join the Empath group meeting, you would like crisis email support, all of the links can be found in the description box below. Or lastly, if you would like to join the forum, the free community forum, all the description box are in the description box below. So anyway, thank you for watching today. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.